A very good evening to all of you. Thank you so much for your participation in today's session. Let us get started with the very exciting, side of the session today. That is business analysis. And I know today, we have spent a lot of time earlier, but then before even we start, I just want you to take a moment, close your eyes, and have at least one or two deep breaths just to center yourself. Okay. I'm also doing the same. Just 2 minutes, two breaths, not even more than 1 minute. And once we are done with that, we'll get started. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yes. So, without spending any more further time, let us, start our journey. Can anyone tell me what do we see on the screen?
Week 4,
Mm-hmm.
day 3, business analysis.
Business
Mm-hmm.
analysis,
And
modern agile,
Modern agile,
okay,
make people awesome, deliver value continuously, make safety a prerequisite, experiment and learn rapidly.
perfect. So now, as you have read
Um,
this, Shweta, thank you so much for reading it
I'm
out,
actually
first
seeing
of all.
something else on the screen. I'm just seeing business analysis, week 4, day 3. Is there
Yeah,
a
and you're not able to see that
Oh, inside. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah,
image.
yeah, yeah,
Image? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
had to.
Perfect. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So can I request anyone to just give a one rather to everyone to give a one liner about each of these points mentioned, that is make people awesome, deliver value continuously, make safety a prerequisite, and experiment and learn rapidly. Okay, so these four are, I would say, kind of like a pivotal elements, or the primary elements of BA, what business analysis stands for. So, can you all give your thoughts on it? Like, what do you understand by these points? Anything that comes to your mind. Everyone, give one line only. You don't want any big explanation. Yeah. What do you understand when we say make people awesome? What comes to your mind?
satisfied,
Okay, so you're saying we should make people satisfied. Okay, that's one element of it. Good. Thank you, Suma. Guys, come on. Yeah, go ahead, Dara. Yeah,
And
you were saying something.
work together, I guess.
Work together. Okay, let me rephrase this question. What would make you feel awesome?
Finding a
What?
solution to my problem.
Okay, that's one way of it, right?
Mm,
Complete your work, yes.
do work according
Okay,
to the people's need
okay. Work according to people's need. Yes,
and
and
time to time do the changes according to them.
okay, okay. Yeah,
meeting
now
big
you all are
goals,
saying this from business point of view, right? But when I just I kind of rephrased my question saying, what would make you feel awesome? Like, how you when you feel awesome. Like the first answer was very close to this question. Now I have rephrased my question. Somebody said when we are satisfied, or when the customer is satisfied, right? So coming back to my question, when we get something that we want or we need, it can be in the form of food, it can be in the form of service, it can be in the form of application. That time we feel happy or we feel satisfied, right? Like if you're hungry and I give you a lecture, you won't be happy. You need food, right? Same way, if you have an exam and I take you to a movie, though you might watch the movie, but then that is not the thing that you want, right? So, same way, when I come to an organization and I ask you for a or my requirement is for a website or web application, what will make me happy is giving my requirement within timelines, within budget, and with best quality. Isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. So this is like a basic human need. What makes us awesome or what makes us feel awesome is when we get what we have been aspiring for. Yeah, perfect. Second is deliver value continuously. When
So since agile is more done in parts, so we end up delivering results and value continuously.
sorry, I missed that. Yeah, go ahead.
So I was
Can you
saying
please
that
repeat?
since yes,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
since agile, the entire principle of agile is doing things in parts. So it
Mm-hmm.
obviously means that we end up giving value or giving results continuously.
Yes, in a way, absolutely right. But then, even if we keep the delivery in sprints or in parts separately, what we are focusing is now we're talking about entire delivery, right? We're not talking about in single delivery. So, all the deliveries, all the submissions, all the completions that we do for any client, they have to have value. Okay. And what is value? Value means something that is of useful, something that is of use to your customer. You value something. That means it is precious to you, it is important to you. So we are saying that it is not only important that you complete some work. So it is not only that you complete the work, but you give value to them. When we say we value something or we value someone, they feel good. Like, you won't, like, for example, it's a very common and very realistic example. You generally tend to lose a lot of your regular pens. Yes or no? Do you or no? Like in a regular ball pens or any basic normal pens that you use, you tend to lose them more often than so, right? But when you get an expensive pen, say Cartier or some, good brand good brand pen, you are pretty careful where you keep it, how you keep it, and how you use it. Yes or no? Tell me. Or have you
Yes.
experienced this? Yes. Okay. So why do we do that? Why do we lose any other Reynolds or I don't know what other brands are there, but general ball pens or pens we have? And why don't we use the one which are expensive? Or which are very close to you, like maybe your favorite pen, or somebody might have gifted that to you, or maybe personalized pen. Why?
Mm. Because
Because
it's
we
value.
value them.
Because who said that?
I
Vijay,
did.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes. So this was a very simple example of we taking care of something we value. So same way, when we give value to a customer, to a stakeholder, and look at the choice of the word, guys, continuously. We are saying that we have to be delivering values continuously, no matter what. So it's not like, see, it's like, I remember during our school days, it's like, we have a topper who is kind of topping every exam, and, we're used to it. And then in between, somewhere, somebody else tops, and, we get shocked. But then that person doesn't top again. It was maybe like a one-off incident. So it is like, you get, I would say, you get a hopes from the other student, or you just feel like, okay, they are also in the toppers list, but they don't. Why I give you this example is when you perform, when you deliver, the expectation actually rises, the expectation increases, and that expectation is absolutely apt in business world when you're dealing with the customer. Make sense? When we say value, deliver value continuously.
Yes.
Yes, Thank you so much. Now comes the point, make safety a prerequisite. By the way, whatever we are discussing is like a fundamental or it's like a foundation for our business analysis track. Okay. So whatever we discuss here, your thoughts are, are discussions that will help you to understand business analysis in depth and in a very comfortable manner. So give it your all the thought, and give it your all the opinions and comments whenever you feel like it will add to the discussion. So next point is, we are saying that how modern agile is made up for the business analysis is make safety a prerequisite. Okay. Now you may ask, Prerna, we are dealing in software development. What kind of safety are we talking about? Okay. So now there are multiple aspects of safety when we talk with regards to software development only. With Agile, again, yeah. So here safety has multiple aspects. The first and foremost aspect is, as we all know, is safety of your data. Okay. Today, data is powerful than anything else. Okay. Now, data is the new currency. That's what they call it. So, data, or all the technology or all the business uh, acumen, or whatever you're working on, you have to preserve it. Now, preserve or secure it from what? Secure it from your hacking or network security issues, data security issues, or any kind of infiltration, any kind of robbery. See, there is intellectual robbery as well. Okay, there are people who might hack into your system. There are, uh, people, as in, see, there is a system who works against the system. Okay, so there is a set of hackers, there is a set of people who are into malpractices, and that is their job. That is how they get money. That is how they operate. That is their mind. That is twisted, but that is the way they are. So we have to safeguard our applications, our work, our data, our investments, our output, our delivery from such kind of individuals or institutes or this kind of things happening. Okay. Not only that, not only this kind of safety against interest. When I say interest, that means if a customer has a budget, they have given a 10 million. Okay, it's a decent, pretty good budget, I would say. In that scenario, please don't go overboard. They have given us enough time, enough budget, and we have done proper planning. Then please safeguard their interest, safeguard their budget. We are not, we won't look good, or as an organization, as a stakeholder, as a delivery partner, it won't look good to go beyond the budget, even when it was proper or it was sufficient for our development. Are you guys with me on this? When I say make safety a prerequisite?
Yes.
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 No,
Any
no,
other?
Prerna, no. Sorry. No, I'm not
Okay.
getting the thing. How is modern
Okay.
agile related to how does this is a little confusing. Can you explain this again? The safety
Okay.
prerequisite, and
Okay.
how is business analysis related to this, and how is um
Okay. Okay. Sure.
mhm,
Yeah. So see, modern agile is not only about completing your work swiftly or getting work done in parts, or making ensuring that the customer is happy. It's also about giving something safely. Okay. So would you like? I'll give you a very simple example. Imagine you have a birthday party on coming Sunday at your place. Okay,
mhm,
and you've ordered a very beautiful, nice, 5 kg chocolate cake. Okay, it's a big cake for your party, as considering there are a lot of people coming and it's going to be a big celebration. Okay,
mhm,
so you have given all your requirements, the bakery is all fine, the design, the color, everything is up to date. Okay,
mhm,
and when the cake arrives, you
mhm,
see that it is damaged due to not handling properly or maybe transportation issues. Will you
mhm.
be happy?
No.
Why you're not happy, Shweta?
Because it's not met all my requirements.
Can we say in this way, it wasn't delivered to you safely?
Yeah, but then we already said the same thing, like when we said make people awesome, that's what we were saying, that, we are trying to make people happy. So this,
Yeah, so
if what I am
happiness and
thinking is
safety
like,
is though safety is a part of happiness, but happiness is a larger term than safety, right? Or no? Or the safety is the only characteristics of happiness? You'll be happy only when, see, I'm saying, it's like a it's characteristics of multiple layers. Okay, so when we say make people awesome, there can be people who feel awesome when they drink and when they smoke, but that is not a part of their safety. Now I'm getting off from business to a personal trait. Okay, when I come to business, first of all, I'm saying make people awesome means agile allows you to feel awesome because a developer is enjoying their work, a tester is enjoying their work, and they're giving their best, a designer, a developer is giving their best shot, they're learning new technology, and all this, when it comes together, it gives a customer the best possible outcome, and they also feel happy, and that ultimately make people awesome. Okay, now in that, definitely safety, your quality, value, everything comes in together. But then apart from that, we're also focusing on value and safety. Now I know it's not so easy to, I understand it's not so easy to visualize safety when we talk about safety for applications or for softwares, because we are not so used to that. Okay, when we talk about fire safety, when we talk about in-house safety measures, we are very much aware of that, so we can correlate. But when we talk about application safety, it means safety from the theft. See, your hardware, your laptops might be stolen, or your intellectual property, you have those intellectual property rights on many of the documents, or in many of the organizations, they have that intellectual property copyright. That means this all information is also secure, and it cannot go outside of that organization. Have anybody seen this kind of mail or documents while working in their earlier organization?
Yeah,
Yes or no?
there's
yeah,
something called
Yes.
as
Yes.
non-disclosure agreement
yeah,
Yes.
that we sign up,
Yes,
because there are,
NDAs.
yeah.
NDAs, yes.
so
So it's simply like, yeah, let me finish with that.
yeah.
So simply like, how Coca-Cola have their own formula, which is a secret. Are you guys aware that? And that is secret from ages. Coca-Cola creation formula.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you're not aware, there is something called as, they have their own formula about how to make Coca-Cola as a drink, and that is a super secret to them. It has not been out since it has been created. So that is an intellectual property, and that is the safety. So safety has multiple aspects. So when we talk about software development or software delivery, the safety can be, as I mentioned, data security, network security, your application security, ensuring that there are no hackers, there is no invasion of your data. Yeah, over to you.
Yeah,
Now how you're thinking.
so
Mm-hmm,
yeah, I understand what you're talking about, that
mm-hmm,
about safety and all
mm-hmm.
that. But my question, I'm little confused about how is this safety part related to business analysis? Can you explain that too?
Yes.
Because,
Okay,
yeah.
so as a business analyst, while you're jotting down the requirements or while you're working on the application, we
Mm-hmm.
need to ensure. See, nobody will come and tell you. Like for example, when you ordered a cake, you are expected that, you're expecting that a delivery person or the bakery should deliver it properly, right? Though you might say that, okay, deliver it properly, but then it was an expected thing. So same way, when an application is being developed, a customer
Mm-hmm.
will not come and tell you, we want the security, we don't want anybody to hack our application. That goes without saying. Get it? So it's like, it's like an unsaid agreement that whichever application, whichever website, whichever
Okay. Mhm.
tool we are creating as a BA, we should take care of the security parameters. I'm not saying as a BA you have to write algorithms, but as a BA you should even ask your customers such questions like, okay, who are the people, or who is authorized to access the application, who will be in charge, or are we following authorization and authentication format, and so there are some parameters to it. So I understand you were saying what is BA's role, but BA's role is to ensure that while working on application, ask such question, and even not only ask such question, ensure that your development team is integrating the say security measures, which they will anyways do, because that is the primary condition and prerequisite for any application nowadays.
Okay.
Like for even for your Zoom, even for like the typical example I give is your banking application. Can I log in your banking application, any of it, without getting your credential? Or
No.
can anybody else log in? No, right? Why?
Mm.
Because it's your private. Unless you share with someone, you can't, right? And you don't. Same way, that is a safety measure I'm talking about, and that's the
Oh.
virtual, or that is the web safety, or Windows. Like even in saying your laptop, right? You got to enter, if you have kept that authentication, you got to enter a password, then your laptop will open, right? Same goes for your Gmail, for your Facebook. Yes. So those kind of features goes without saying, but those are important. Make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you for asking. And last but not the least, experiment and learn rapidly. Okay, so now this does not only apply to business analysis, but it goes without saying for everyone. Okay, everyone in the team, everyone in the project, that as you grow, as you go ahead, as you keep working in agile manner, we have to keep experimenting. And experimenting means experimenting with new skills, experimenting with new methods, experimenting with new ways to adapt and to implement. So it is like a very diverse or very big area for improvement. Okay, so see, it's like I clearly remember when we start doing something for the first time, like for example, as a kid when we started learning maths. Okay, so we were doing all the addition and subtraction with your hands, like one finger, and 1 plus 1, there are the other, second hand finger, and then we used to count 1 and 2. So it was so primary and so simple, and still we took like good time. As we grew, it all got into like mental calculation, right? So this is a very simple example. Same way, uh, in IT, the software industry, the development side is a vast and is a very big, I would say, fast pacing environment. Every technology is being implemented. There are open source codes. There's so much happening nowadays. I'm not directly connected for a couple of years, but when I was there, I used to be like in an awe. Like, okay, every day there is something new coming in, some new way to implement, some new methodologies, some new concepts, and many different APIs. Nowadays things have become quite easy and quite interesting. So keep learning, keep experimenting. So today you worked on a project in same manner. In future, after down the line 6 months, you're getting similar project, but you might like to implement it in different way. Yeah, so they're in experimenting, and then the experimenting comes with definitely learning, so you have to learn also rapidly. So even when we are saying this is for BAs, but these are like characteristics of modern agile. So modern agile allows you to work on these things quite well. Make sense? Any doubt in these?
No, I'm good. Thanks, Prerna.
Yep, superb. Anybody else? No?
No, Prerna.
Okay. Can I request someone to
No.
read this out? Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay.
History.
History.
Yeah.
IIBA was
Yeah. So
founded.
that is International Institute of Business Analysis, IIBA. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So IIBA was founded in Toronto Canada in October of 2003 to support the business analysis community. The body of knowledge committee was formed in October of 2004 to define and draft a global standard for the practice of business analysis. In January of 2005, IIBA released version 1.0 of A Guide to the Business Analysis Body of Knowledge, BABOK Guide for feedback and comment.
Yes, thank you so much for reading it out. So, what are we saying that around more than like 21 or 22 years back, this International Institute of Business Analysis in Toronto, Canada, they came up with this thought. Now, this is the history of when and how the Agile was formed. Okay. So, see, it's like everything was going on, and I would say, everyone was developing and working on projects in a similar manner. But then they realized that this is not it. We need to implement agile. We need to at least discover and start working on this pattern. Okay, so that's why the agile was founded. So this is the detail, and it was it happened around 2020, more than 20 years back. Okay, now let us understand what is business analysis. Okay, when we just learned about the characteristics and we learned about what we value, what we have to deliver, what are the important parts of it. Yeah, can I request someone to read it out, please? Yeah, anybody who has not spoken till now.
What is business analysis? For Babok Guide V version 3.0, business analysis is the practice of enabling change in an enterprise by defining needs and recommending solutions that deliver value to stakeholders.
Yes. Now, this is what we have discussed till now, a kind of clubbed into one proper, authentic English sentence. Okay. So, if we break it down, we will understand what it says. First of all, it says business analysis is the practice of enabling change. Okay. Enabling change means we are helping someone, some organization, or some customers, or some stakeholders to implement change. Okay, first thing, change in what? Change in an enterprise. Yeah, change in a business by defining needs. How are you enabling change for that stakeholder? By defining their needs, by kind of jotting down, by understanding, by writing down, or by conceptualizing what are their needs, and recommending solutions that deliver value. And recommending, so as a BA, you don't only take the requirements and you don't only take their inputs, but you also understand what the client wants. You also understand what the customer is asking. Then you go back to your own internal team. You discuss with your internal scrum team. It can be developers, architect, testers. You discuss like, okay, this is what the customer want. What is the best possible way we can deliver? See, as a BA, you are not expected to be a technical expert because that is not your area, but then you are expected to be a link between technical team and and the customer. So you go back to the team, you discuss with them as per the customer requirement what should be the best solution, and you come up with the solution and you discuss that with the solution with the team, with the customer. See, technical team generally won't be able to, and they are not even supposed to directly communicate with the customer, because technical team, as they say in layman terms, they talk technical, and customers will talk their needs. So there has to be a middle ground. There has to be a connecting bridge wherein both of them can understand each other, and that is a BA, right? So as a BA, we have to understand what are their requirements, what are their needs, and go back to our team to discuss and come up with a plan or come up with a solution that is best possible, giving their budget, giving their timelines, and giving their requirements. Okay, so that's what we are saying, recommending solutions that deliver value to the stakeholders. And I think deliver value, we have already spoken enough. So yes, recommending solutions that deliver value to the stakeholders. So any doubt in this statement, what BA does, and is it clear now why we spend so much of time in that earlier slide or that, that diagram? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody has any doubt in this particular, I would say, definition or understanding of BA?
No.
No,
No?
no.
Oh, perfect. Now look at this nerdy looking guy they have, shown in the image. It's quite funny as well as realistic. So we are saying, what is the business analyst role in Scrum? Okay. I think Shweta was asking, like, why how safety is related to Scrum. So same way, what is business analysis role? Give me a second. I'll just enlarge it a bit. Yeah. Better readability?
Yeah.
Yeah. So can I request three different people to read out the three? Give me a second. 3 points. Three different people.
A business analyst is any person who performs business analyst task described in the BABOK guide, no
Yeah.
matter their job, little or organizational.
Job title. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, job.
Organizational role. Yes. So we have a kind of like a disclaimer. So we are saying that it doesn't matter what is your job title. Your title might be a web designer, your title might be a QA person, your title might be at times a manager, but if you are working or if your task involves tasks which are defined for a business analyst in BA then you are a business analyst. So that simply means if you are fulfilling the requirements or if you're fulfilling the responsibilities of a BA, then you are a BA. It doesn't matter what your role is mentioned in the organization. Okay. So what happens? Why we are saying this? Sometimes testers are also they also make excellent BAs. So testers are also, I would say, labeled as BA. Instead of label, we can say they act as a BA because they know about the system and they go and discuss with the customer. So yes, they are also BAs. So you might ask Prinnadan who is not a BA. So this is like a disclaimer. We are saying that it's fine that though your title is different, but then if you are performing duties of a BA, then you are ultimately a BA. Yeah, this is just information about who we can refer to as a BA. Yeah. Next point.
Business analysts are responsible for discovering, synthesizing, and analyzing information from a variety of sources within an enterprise, including tools, processes, documentation, and stakeholders.
Yes. So first sentence is quite half sentence is quite easy. So BAs are responsible for discovering and synthesizing and analyzing information. So first of all, you got to create information, you got to churn it, you got to massage it. So it's like, the customer will give you information in very layman English term, whatever they want. So, but that's not how it should go in the documents. In BRD, business requirement document, has a very specific format. Okay, it has a very specific way of how the detail should be maintained. Then as a BA, you kind of, massage that data and then mention it that way. And we are also saying analyzing information. So yes, it doesn't go blindly like that. If the customer is asking for a particular functionality, then you go back to the team, you ask them, is it feasible, is it doable, and then you mention it accordingly, right? And we are also saying within an enterprise, including tools, processes, documentation, and stakeholders. Yeah. So that also involves They not only write things, they also use tools and documentation, and they take help from other stakeholders as well. So as a BA, you don't only talk with the customer, you talk with the internal team, you talk with your senior managers, you talk with the other teams, developers who are working for you. So those are all called as a developer. So there are multiple tools wherein you can make diagrams, or you can access Jira, or you can access Kanban board, or you can access other tools in your organization. So that's why we are even mentioning it's not only one person or one party. As a BA, you deal with multiple stakeholders in multiple ways, in multiple systems and processes. Okay. This is just, sorry, one second. Yes, I'm sorry. I just had something in my throat. So we are just trying to make understand what BA does, and the last sentence summarizes it all. Can someone read it out, please?
Business analyst is responsible for eliciting the actual needs of stakeholders, which frequently involves investigating and clarifying their expressed desire in order to determine underlying issue and causes.
Perfect. So what we are saying, generally BAs are responsible for understanding, eliciting, jotting down, documenting the needs, the requirements of the stakeholders, and which now it's very clearly mentioned, which frequently, involves investigating. Investigating means there is some, finding out about their requirements. Like, an investigation is a very typical word that is used in, this kind of job title. So as a BA, you don't only just document things, you inquire, you ask, you investigate, you come up with solution. Okay, it's a very interesting role, trust me. Even when if you're not aware about something, it's fine, you can go back and you can research on that, you can connect with the people who know about that system, who know about those requirements. Okay, and also why we are doing this, which frequently involves investigating and clarifying their expressed desire. Now, when we say clarifying stakeholders' expressed desires means, and in my terms, I generally say that customers ask for moons and stars. Okay, so as a layman, as a non-technical party, generally customers have no idea about the feasibility, like how a particular functionality would work, or is it possible in given budget. So because they just know what they want, okay, but they do not know, can this be implemented, can this be actually developed, are there any technical challenges. Okay, so all that a BA comes in picture, and he or she makes sure that they communicate to them that okay, this is doable or this is not doable, we can go ahead, we cannot go ahead, and things like that. Okay, and what we are saying, in order to determine underlying issues and causes. Yes. So if something can be done, a BA will be the first person to come up with a solution and say, yes, we can do it. We've already implemented it. But if something cannot be done, it is not applicable, it is not feasible, then it is BA's duty to ensure that the same should be communicated. Okay. And I just checked the time. We are almost overboard. I need to invite Gaurav. Gaurav, are you there? Will you
Yeah,
start from here?
Prerna, yeah, I'm
Thank you.
there, but
Thank
you
you.
please make me co-host. Yesterday I could not share my
God,
screen. Okay, so
is
please,
it?
yeah,
Gaurav, today we are facing challenge. Give me a minute.
yeah,
I
please,
am, and
please
I just,
allow me
yeah,
screen
I
share
just
as well.
make this. Yeah, yeah, 1 second. I'll stop share first of all. Can you
Yeah.
share,
I
Gaurav?
think now I think I can.
I, yeah, because I'm accessing this from my
No problem, no
web
problem.
console, and I do not know.
That's
I
okay.
really had a tough time today.
Now,
Yeah.
yeah, now I can. Yesterday I was facing, I
Yeah.
mean, I was not able to,
Okay.
admit anyone as well. If someone left, then
Okay. Okay.
those. So
Okay.
that's the reason. All right, so
Okay.
let me go
Yeah.
back.
Today we actually started late because I was facing
Yeah, I,
issues,
I,
and then
I,
again,
I got to know. No, not a
so
problem.
I had some issues.
Yeah.
could connect it. Yeah,
Yeah.
please go ahead. Thank
Cool.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prerna. Guys, I believe that because I could not follow the slides what Prerna was sharing, and now I am back with my slides. So please confirm me if you all can see my screen. Say yes if you do.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
thank you. And do you have any question around this slide if it is done for you? Is it done for you? Say yes if it is. Yeah. Yes, no?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So can
Yes.
I move to the next slide and pick from there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Superb. So yeah, this is the main question: why business analysis was needed. Yeah, I think with the current knowledge, whatever you have accumulated so far, I believe that you can answer this and tell me why it is needed at all. Why we need to require this business analysis as a job role, as a profile. Why we need it. So who can tell me that? And for that also you need to understand few things. What is the basic responsibility of business analyst? I believe that in the prior deck you got to know about it. So by now, if you have known about it, tell me that why do you think that business analysis are needed? Anyone can answer, and trust me, you don't have to be right while answering.
Uh, Interpreting the client requirements to the development team, uh,
Mm-hmm.
because the clients actually don't, I mean, they're not technically inclined. So, whatever layman terms they use, converting
Mm-hmm.
them to a technical term to the development team, and vice versa. Like, if they are, if the development team is giving all the inputs, technically, we have to explain the same to the client in their own language. So basically, I think the business analyst caters between the client and the developers uh, to make sure that everybody is on the same page.
Superb, superb, superb. Thank you so much, Vijay, for articulating. And I would say that is very well articulated. Thank you so much. Yes, you are right. So, if I'll summarize or touch base what Vijay said, is one element is that because business analyst is the mediator between, liaising the uh, business requirement into technical requirement and giving back to the business what they are looking for. Ultimately, when you analyze a business, why do you analyze a business? Just to fulfill the requirement only of client, the technical requirement of the client, or is there any other hidden purpose behind it, which you might also not be aware of, but when you start thinking deeper, you may come up with as an insight. So why do you think that business and what kind of purpose business analyst solve? Does he fulfill or she fulfill technical requirement translating into business requirement or anything else?
So, I think once the business analyst is able to, identify the business needs and obviously, helping the business identify any kind of challenges. So ultimately, I feel it eventually helps in the business growth. It driving the
Hmm.
business growth. That's what I understand.
Brilliant, Seep. Thank you so much for bringing that those words I was exactly looking for. Yes, you said it right. It is ultimately contributing towards the business growth. When we say business growth, what all may come inside the growth? And anyone can answer, not necessarily Seep has to only answer. So, what do you think, guys? When we say business growth, what all area it may cater? Come
Um,
on,
Sales
yeah.
growth,
Come again.
The revenue.
sales, sales
Revenue,
growth.
sales, revenue growth, sales growth. What else?
yeah, having to put that data onto cloud or,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, in multiple, multifaceted growth, I could say,
yes.
not only just revenue, sales, but also enhancing profit margin, contributing, adding value to their customer as well. So, overall, you can say that holistic business growth. Am I right? Do you all agree with this?
Yeah.
This is
Yes.
how it is. But what is the foundational need it would require when you as a business analyst need to understand business requirement and translate into technical one and then giving back to the customer for their business growth? To understand this, you need to understand this circle. So how it gradually functions, how it gradually brings value. It all starts after customer giving you the requirement. Okay, they may come up, they may ask you to do any sort of thing. Okay, I mean, they say that, okay, this is my requirement. Because customer said this is my requirement, you can't just go ahead and start implementing that, but definitely you understand their need, you will plan them. Okay, when you will plan them, then you will elicit it back to the customer. Okay, that this is what we are crafting, and then whatever the communication will come across, then you will document them, as well as you just save those communication. Okay, not necessarily at this point you are just documenting, but yeah, you foresee the solution what customer exactly want, and then you validate it, and it is giving you some green signal. It means that you are going in the right direction. Then you will analyze that in a documented format, analyze that so that you can document it. And when you document it and analyze that, again you further go ahead and you see at enterprise level to analyze that whatever the value you are bringing through customers need, whether it is fulfilling the customer requirement and ultimately contributing into the business growth or enterprise growth or not. If yes, you go ahead and try to maintain the those requirement which had come from the customer and then continue to manage. But if when these all are documenting, then you need to have an urge of such repository where you can save these documentation or requirement which have come from customer, which you understood and you translated, right? So you need to look for some control version, some such tool which can control the documentation and maintain the version of it. With me so far? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So how it is impacting? Let's understand the text it has written. It says that chain and life happens. I do understand. We do understand. Project requires flexibility and adaptation to respond to change. So when you see the requirement are just not a mere requirement. This is the response to a change. When we say response to a change, requirement is coming because the market is changing. The world today is completely changing super duper fast in a way that you need to respond to the new adaptation of the technology. Thereby it is adding value to the customer, whatever the organization is coming up with. Okay, today the world is not like that. Even the technology is not like that. Way back year ago, or say decades ago, it all started. Okay, I mean, you try to go back 2 decades ago. Not every company, XYZ company, were getting operated by apps. Now if you look at the techno companies, or even normal bakery store, or even boutique shop, they are also available on their own app. Do you all agree with me? Yeah. So
Yes.
the change does
Yes.
not, thank you. So the change does not just only happen uh, at the requirement level of how to do the business, but also change happens at the mindset level. Do you also agree with this? Because ultimately you need to get convinced, okay, my business needs the new technology support. My business needs to get compressed in an application that can be operated in my palm. Okay, when you haven't this you when you will have such urge, then you will go ahead seeking for the solution, and then you happen to get connect with some technology company, and there someone needs to understand what exactly you are looking for. And now you are driven by the change in the market. Your business analysts come into the picture, who is going to respond to those changes which is still there in the mind, and he will be liaising and helping you to come up in a concrete plan so that you can impact your business, you can impact your own customer, and thereby you can impact the change, which your stakeholders has to be also communicated, has to be communicated in a way that you will tell them that how you are coming up with. It's not only just adapting the technology and getting operated by that, no, but also you need to communicate that how you have become advent and what you are bringing for your customer, right? So these all communication has to be projected further, not just discussed within with your requirement fulfiller like business analyst or vendor who are going to solve your problem to bring your business into one application. This was just an example, but who is the support system for you? The support system who understands your business, and for such cases, the organization deputes such people who can understand your problem. Okay, imagine a person coming from totally focused into insurance background. Okay, he has no clue that how e-commerce industry works. Okay, and you are running a very small business, and this business analyst come into the picture. He tries to understand without any background with the e-commerce. He Do you think he would be able? I'm just giving a hypothetical example, considering that insurance guy who is completely focused into insurance and just started his career, has no background of e-commerce, which is not such scenario may not identify, but just answer me. In case you come across such people, do you think he will easily pick up your requirement, or rather than this person will pick your requirement and understand you better, who has understanding of the approach in the e-commerce market? The first one or second one, who will understand you better? Do you want me to means wake you up?
Can you
I
please
asked some question.
can you please repeat the
Sec-
question once?
Okay, there are two people. Okay, one person who had been in insurance industry have no clue about e-commerce. How does it get operate? You are running an e-commerce small business. This is still in your mind, and you foresee, you envision it that how it is going to grow and support your business. You need to tell these requirement to a business analyst. The first one completely focused into business, no e-commerce background. He tries to listen to you and tries to understand your requirement. Number one scenario. Number two, the another person comes, he is also business analyst, and he has fair understanding also of business analysis work, rather than in just not in insurance industry, but also how does e-commerce industry operate. So who will understand you better? The first one or
The
second one?
second one.
Second one.
Second one.
Second
Second
one.
Second
one,
one.
of course. Why second one will understand you better? Because he has the exposure to that domain in which you want to speak about. Do you all agree? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Person who is coming with the domain background, and this is the train in IT, especially to business analysis. You should have the flavor. See, nothing is very very tough or difficult when it comes to BFSI domain. You need to have the knowledge, of course, of BFSI. If you are getting to get deputed into such industry and start working with this client, you need to understand what they are looking for. But rest of all, like how telecom industry may work, or utility may work, or HRM may work, or e-commerce may work. So you may have the fair understanding of it, because you might have today or yesterday sometime you might have you customer as well for such industry. Okay, and that's the reason it would be quite easy for you to understand, and thereby having the backing of the business analysis background, you can understand the customer. But coming back to the very others domain which I have spoken, in fact the good news is that, may I share?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the good news is that few domains which we spoke, we are going to cover in these classes. Okay, so we have cover you back when that you don't need to even worry about. Okay, Gaurav is talking about BFSI domain and all to getting the knowledge of it. So don't worry, we will be covering that as well. But for now, you understand that. few examples like which you think that as a business and with the analysis with the knowledge of business analysis you can become gradually the subject matter expert. See, the thing is that getting deeper into the knowledge of those industry for which you are going to get deputed, and for business analysis analyst, learning should be lifelong. Why it should be lifelong? Because ultimately you are going to give not the service but at least solution to your uh, client, so that he or she has to agree with the responses you are supporting or you are conveying or communicating, that your customer should abide by or customer should accept or be ready to upgrade themselves. Because what may happen, customer comes to you, okay, with their own set of requirement, you fulfill that, project gets over. Now what? Now you should have the knack to identify the leakages, identify the change in the market for similar domain, how it is changing, and then conveying back to the customer, okay, this is the future you need to adopt, and customer has to agree on what you are conveying. Otherwise, if you think that whatever I came up with, and I have just fulfilled customer requirement and I'm done, trust me, after certain month you won't be working in IT then. Do you understand what I said as a part of scenario? How you should be upgrading yourself in terms of knowledge to convey your customer to upgrade themselves as well. And if you could do that on and on and on, then you will be not only adding value to the customer but also to your organization as a vendor for through which you are serving to the client, but also you are adding value to your own self because you will remain in job. Are you able to understand whatever I'm speaking or I'm
Mm-hmm.
speaking?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So understand, this is just not a job, this is a responsibility for you. Okay. Having said so, let's continue. What all the prerequisite you need to understand when you are getting into the market as a business analyst, what all you need to know. So few prerequisite. I already spoke about domain knowledge, how you can upgrade. Now you also have to develop the analytical skill so that you can give the logical answer. Okay. A few degree of knowledge of Microsoft Excel, because Excel is the thing where everyone today or since when computer have come, you might have come across with this. There you can document few things, you can maintain certain data, because ultimately you're talking business. Okay, business must have the records, and records has to be saved, and Microsoft Excel is this. And what I spoke just now is the miniature or micro requirement, okay, every customer will have, so that you can have the reference to upgrade to the requirement. Okay. And then you must learn the negotiation skill. And tell me why you need to learn the negotiation skill. I have just now touched base this part in the previous slide. As a business analyst, why do you think that you need to learn the negotiation skill? Of course, the negotiation skill may be the part of communication skill. So I'm not asking for communication skill, but why negotiation skill?
Sometimes you might have to convince the client that this particular uh, uh, let's say an item has to be uh, included in the development or something like that, maybe just to convince the customer.
Yeah, absolutely right, Vijay. Conv persuading for your incorporation, your suggested incorporation, your suggestions incorporation. Okay, to incorporate your suggestion. Your suggestion may be accurate. Your suggestion may be competitive. Your suggestion may be trending. Okay, as per the market, and thereby customer has to agree upon it. And how you would do that? You will back by some of the records. Okay, in Microsoft Excel or somewhere you might have maintained, giving the example of how the competitive companies are doing, and how you would reach to that record by doing certain analytical work. Okay, and when you will backing by all these things, your customer is going to understand. And few knowledge of SQL as well is necessary, and for that Prerna generally recommends a wonderful website. It is w3school.com, com, go to that. You can learn SQL, but minimum business as a business analyst, you need to learn one line for sure. And that is the most famous SQL starts with this. And who can tell me what is one line? It's called structure query language. The query you need to write to fetch some record from the huge database. Okay, and at least you learn one or two lines of query that will be savior for you in this industry. And that one query can be at least, if you want to learn, you can learn the entire thing. I gave you the example, w3schools.com. Go and learn uh, 10% or 30% or 40% maximum of SQL. That will save you to remain in the industry. But I expect you to learn at least one query. And that query, do you know what can be that at least?
Select
Select star
star.
from where?
You are already wise. You said that. Yeah, you said that. Because if you know this, this is the foundation. Ultimately, you're fetching the data, and select star from dash dash table will help you to fetch more data. But this is the pathway that will help you to go deeper, to start go getting deeper. Okay, so if you know, you can pull all the threads. It's like there is a bundle of threads, um, um, bundle of threads, all the threads entangled in itself, and you need to pull and simplify this thread. You need to know the just one point from which you can pull, the entire thread will be simplified and become, you can reverse this entire the entanglement of those that thread. Okay, so this one query can work in that direction. And if you can do that, of course, now you have understanding of the analytical skill and negotiation skill. You know how important it would be when you need to communicate. And trust me, this is one of the skill you need to master. Tell me, everyone, tell me. Okay, let me ask you again. Now, the question is to everyone. Okay. Tell me, Anushri, Aarti, Sweta, as well as Dhara, C, Priyanka, Shruti, Suma, and Swarupa, also Vijay. Okay. All of you tell me that when you are conveying something to your customer will respond by listening to your just body language, or he need to understand your language as well, and he need to pay attention to you. The first way or second way?
Second way.
Second way.
Second way,
Second way.
of course.
Second way.
And how will you make sure that your customer is paying attention to you?
By the communication skills,
Communication.
language, like you said.
At least what should you incorporate in your communication skill? At least that you will get to know that your customer is paying attention to you.
You should
Maybe
be
ask
understandable.
some questions.
Probe him,
Probe what? What did you say?
probe the customer,
And how would you probe that?
Asking questions.
Brilliant. And who said that?
I seep.
Seep. I would like to clap for you. Can we give a round of applause to Seep? That's a brilliant answer, and all of you need to remember this. If you're not doing this, you're not doing justice to your customer. Customer is not going to respond by themselves. Okay, they don't know what you want from them. They will only answer, they will only speak when you will ask. And what is happening? Did you start speaking to me the moment I took the mic in my hand? When Prerna said, okay, Gaurav, over to you, did you start answering to me just on that point? Or did I do something so you start answering to that? Did I do something?
Yeah, you asked a
You
question.
ask question.
I ask question, right? And you all are answering to me. This is how I am not just speaking, I am not communicating. Communication is just a mask. Okay? The reality is that I am conversing with you. Am I or am I not? Am I?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Yeah. So don't just communicate, start conversing. Okay. Start conversation with your customer. And this is what is one of the skill or prerequisite you must develop. Okay. And because there are few days to go. Develop in those days these skill, and will check you whether you are going to become a perfect uh, business analyst or not. Okay, of course we will include some of the element of scrum master, or all those uh, parameter or trait of a scrum master, but we will also check you with full few prerequisite towards the end of this program or track, whether you have included in yourself or not, and thereby you can handle such projects or not. Okay, so do you think you will do justice to yourself? Would
Yeah,
you?
of
Yeah,
course.
Yes.
Yes.
we'll
Yes.
see. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. Thank you. So let's move further. Okay. Oh my God. So yeah, this is the last slide. I will go ahead. So I just saw the time is. I took a lot of time from you. Okay. Roles and responsibility of business analyst. May I request one of you to please read the first bullet for me? Go ahead.
Business analysts work across all levels of an organization and may be involved in everything from defining strategy to creating the enterprise architecture to taking a leadership role by defining the goals and requirements for programs and projects or supporting continuous improvements in its technology and processes.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for telling us that. So, this is not just a communication, guys. It's leadership role. It's strategic role. It's a mediator role. It's something. I mean, lot many people are dependent upon you. Okay, not only the customer, but entire stakeholder, product owner, as well as your peers. Okay, and you need to translate what customer needs in a technical language, and you need to understand both the languages. In fact, they all of these people would be coming to you seeking the support from you. Okay, and if you could do the justice to them by answering and playing these roles, you are helping not just the technology to continue, but also you will be improvising the processes which had been. How you would improvising the processes? Because you would be understanding certain problem is getting solved by doing certain tasks, and then you will identify whether certain task is getting repeated. If such repetition you will come across, then only you can design a process for them. Okay, if some task is just new, okay, there will be process for that as well. If some new requirement will come, what cycle those have to undergo. But certain repetitive tasks are there, you can declare that this have to be one certain process, and you define them. So what all those processes could be, how to define them, what all the analysis you need to undergo, we will be talking about that. So ultimately, this line we have already spoke. And what does it read? The second bullet, can you read for me?
Business analysis of
Analysis
businesses to business
business
better.
better. Absolutely right. This is what we have been speaking from the first slide, and this is the core practice you need to do. Okay, just don't go by this is the technical role, this is the contributing role into the business. With me so far, everyone? Yeah, yes, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is what is going to bring more justification from your end, and you will love doing that. How many of you won't love to help others? I don't think anyone. Okay, let me ask this way. How many of you would love to help others? Say yes if you would.
Yes.
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 Yes, all of you. And when you will approach your work with this intention to do business better for my client, would you love those work? Yes or no? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Just say.
Yes.
Anyone who is
Yes.
not going to love that? I believe the answer is no. Everyone is going to love that. And if you are going to love that, you will be passionate to get into this job. So be ready, because we are going to bring a lot of learning for this role, and you are going to love that, and thereby you will work on your intention level so that you get placed as soon as possible and do whatever it takes, because now you know that you are getting ready to help those businesses. Okay, with this note, I am going to take a pause, and while I'm taking pause, I think that I quickly grab one word from you and take your attendance. I want you to tell me one word that you are feeling after today's learning. Let's start from Vijay and Seep next. Vijay, what do you feel like saying?
Uh, Interesting.
Interesting, thank you. Seep, what do you feel like saying? One word.
Yeah, very informative, Gaurav. Thank you. Great session.
Okay, informative. Sweta, what do you feel like saying?
I would say both interesting and informative.
Okay, I and I. Thank you. Interesting and informative. Thank you, Sweta. Let's hear from Aarti. Aarti, what do you feel like saying?
Interesting.
Interesting. Thank you so much. Shruti, what do you feel like saying?
Inspired.
Inspired. Thank you so much. New word. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. Let's hear from Suma. Suma, what do you feel like saying?
Informative.
Informative. Anushri, what do you feel like saying?
Informative.
Informative. But just don't copy others. So come up with the new one. Swarupa, what do you feel like saying? Thank you. You can unmute Swarupa. You might be speaking on mute. Swarupa, one, two, three, she missed. Okay, we'll come back towards the end. Dara, what do you feel like saying? You can unmute to speak. One word.
Informative and learning something new.
Informative and learning something new. Thank you so much. Let's hear from Shruti. Shruti, what do you feel like saying? One word.
I already replied earlier. Inspired.
Inspired. Okay, thank you. I'm inspired because your second time you took it. Okay, thank you so much. Let's hear from Priyanka. Priyanka, what do you feel like saying?
It's compelling.
Compelling. Thank you. Thank you. I really love all the responses. And anyone who is left out, Swarupa, would you like to try one more time? Last. Okay, Swarupa might be busy in something. Swarupa, if you have heard or you would be hearing the recording, listening to the recording, please go back and write into the WhatsApp group. What do you feel like saying? Because I'm going to take these attendance in my record, except yours, because I need to understand that you attended or just you did not just be here spectator and went back somewhere. And for that, please write one word that you feel like saying in the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll be talking to you very, very soon. Bye bye. Take care.
Thanks,
And good
Good
night.
Gaurav.
night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Careful.
Thank you.
Anyone
Bye.
was saying something? Anyone has question? No?
Yes. I want that previous class recordings. Please share that recordings too.
Okay, Priyanka, I'll check that it has not been shared. I'll ask HRs to share with us the
Yes.
recordings. Yeah,
Yes.
uploaded.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Bye bye. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good
Bye.
night.